in how today's society, a woman would say, well, I don't believe in that. I'm not sharing no man. See, here's the problem. We're trying to build family and civilization. You're focusing on D.
Yep.
That's the only thing you're interested in. When half of you ladies, I would go as far as to say 80% of you, that when you're in a relationship with a man, you don't even have a sexual relationship with that man the way that man would like. So this ain't even about sharing. Because in most relationships, ladies don't even be putting out what they need to put out when it comes in the sexual department.
Hold on. Ooh, I'm about to get in trouble.
I got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much money I can't fit
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast. I am your host, Michael May, and today we're gonna finally deal with this topic of polygyny. Let's be clear. Polygyny. People like to use the word polygamy, but polygamy is not biblical. Polygyny is. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on notifications, all that other good stuff. Yeah, I know I need to get right into my business. This video is not going to be a short one. I want to say big shout out to Ringo TV, Ringo Blackmail Advice TV. This guy right here, there's so many people who are actually believers and break this thing down for real, but I think this is the only person that really broke it down where a child can understand this on any level. So I'm gonna use his reaction, and I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him speak, but then I'm gonna give my two senses, right? Like I said, I'm sitting back. You see, usually I'm sitting like this. I'm sitting back today. We coasting today. Yeah. Let's get right into this. Once again, big shout out to Ringo TV. Please take your flowers. You did a great job here. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Let's enjoy the ride, fellas. Let's get right into it. And I will say this before we do get into it. I do apologize. For everybody who always wants to say the Bible, hear me. I've had millions of arguments with people, including pastors, but he goes into every single thing because people always want to say, well, the Bible is descriptive and prescriptive and things like that. I have multiple videos showing you guys how people, they don't want to answer this question directly. But I'm starting with this one, so as I start going into the other videos, you guys are going to see, oh, they just bullshitting. See, here we don't bullshit. I want you to understand, I am a man that I did grow up Catholic. I grew up in the Catholic Church. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I did at one point in time, I believed in saints. And my family was tied up in brujeria and all that. And then when I found God and I found Christianity, which is not in the Bible, because being a Christian is to try to live like Christ. So they took a word in the Bible, Christian, and turned it and put the anity on it and made it into a religion. But there's no religion in the. I'm not getting into that. I'm not gonna do that today. Not today, because that's a whole nother argument for a whole nother day. If you want to have it with me, you let me know. But this right here, I told you, this channel right here, we're going to react to different videos, but I'm going to give you my spin. Because there are some, this guy right here explains it very well, but I feel like I'm going to use real life stories that can be confirmed. I want you to understand, my family watches this channel. My friends watch this channel. My people watch this, and they know what I'm saying to be true. But we're going to get into this right here, because we're going to put all the bullshit to bed tonight. Let's get into this. Ringo, take it away, my brother.
The comment that's on the screen. Let's talk about that and we'll figure everything else out. Now, The woman came in and she says, good video. I absolutely do not believe in sharing a man. And I think people interpret the scriptures for however they decide, which she's basically implying that whenever somebody believes in the Bible, that they just believe what they want to believe and they interpret the way they want to interpret. No, we're going to go through the scriptures and we're going to see if you believe the Bible. We're going to see if everybody believes the Bible.
Now, you see he's using very specific words. And I love the fact that he is extremely careful. He's letting you guys know, we're going to go through this. We're going to go through this. Matter of fact, I like it like this. Because it gives me a little more like. That's what I like to like it like this. And usually I like you guys to be able to see whose channel it is. So you can go subscribe to them if you like. But, yeah. And this is the problem, right? People always say they believe in God, but then they don't believe in the Bible. They don't read the book. Now hear me out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't read the book till I was about 27 years old. I'm a grown man. But you know what? When I actually started reading it, I'm like, why in the world did I not read this book earlier? This is crazy. Everything I was going through was already in the book. But let's keep going.
We're going to see if people really practice what they preach. Because, see, here on Black Male Advice TV, not only do I share commentary and criticism about different issues, different topics, and so forth, I am also a biblical teacher. I teach on the scriptures. I practice what I preach, and it is what it is. This is what
I don't. He does.
do. You have to understand, I've been doing this since 2006 on YouTube, but I've been doing this before YouTube even existed. YouTube started in 2005. I've been doing this. Now, she went on and, hold on, where the hell is the comment at? The comment just disappeared. What in the world's going on?
Siri,
this is
man.
crazy. I know, did I just take the comment off the screen or am I tripping?
In the ring, you give it your all. Los 12 rounds. And when the bell rings, you throw down with tus amigos in your corner. Bud Light. Hecha en Texas, hecha para lo bueno.
And I don't do retakes, so
I'm Thomas McGee, and I want to show you.
he has commercials. We're going to skip them.
I'm bugging out. Okay. She said, I think people interpret the scriptures for however they decide. The Old and New Testament go hand in hand, but God gave everyone free will.
Now, this is something. Listen to what I'm about to say. I've had arguments with people, and they have said, we live in the New Testament, under grace, not under law. But you see what the lady says right here? Listen to me. She said, the Old and the New Testament go hand in hand. You see, but you're going to understand how people, when it doesn't benefit them, or when they can't practice what the Bible speaks on. Like I said, nobody's perfect. Nobody is practicing the Bible completely, and I understand that. We are imperfect beings. But I want you to understand. This man right here goes in. He goes in. Why? Especially when it comes to women. There are things that women are like, I'm not gonna do. No, I'm never gonna do that. But then you want to sit here and say, but God said don't judge me. But listen. If you okay with the God said don't judge, if you okay with the part that God said God loves all people, and so then you got to be okay with everything in the book. And here's where the argument falls apart. But Ringo, please.
The scriptures also say man would be as rare as gold in the last days due to the rise of homosexuality and the hate towards women. I don't know about that. The scriptures didn't say anything about...
And you see what she just did? The hate towards women. There's a war on masculinity. Can you not see what she just did? Like, she's trying to make it like if there's a war on women. How is there a war on women? How? Where? Where is there a war on women?
Women will be this and that due to homosexuality. It didn't say anything about because of the hate of women. It's not in there.
It's not in the book.
I don't know where you got that from, but that's not in the Bible.
Right, she got to show me that.
Down. Nobody here on my platform hate black women. We actually love black women. You know what I mean?
And I understand that most of these guys speak to their black community, but this is in general. This is to all women. Let's keep going.
And so, that being said,
because though I am Puerto Rican and Dominican, I want you to understand something. That's one thing I do not like about most of the manosphere is everybody always wants to say black, 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 black. No, how about men? All men are going through issues. All women are going through issues of all races and all colors and all backgrounds. This is why the fuck this page was made. But let's keep going.
she went on to says to hate towards women. She said the black community is literally the only community that falls into these traps all of the time. Exactly what traps are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. Are you saying that a man desiring to have more than one wife is a trap? It doesn't make any sense. All throughout civilizations, men have always had more than one woman. Mm-hmm. Any woman that get with a man and assume that that man is supposed to just be with her, she's literally like, that doesn't make logical sense. But hey, yep. You can have your disagreements. We're going to get into the scriptures. What we're going to find out is what the Bible says, not what I say.
Right.
We're going to find out what the Bible says.
And that's another part. I've had arguments, and I always tell everybody, show me where it says that in the Bible. In the Bible. And they can't show us. They can't show us where in the Bible it says polygyny is a sin. God didn't want polygyny. They can't answer this question. Why? Because they don't want to answer. But we're gonna get into this. We're gonna relax. Cause this is so bothersome because big shout out to Callie. It's a young lady that I follow on my Instagram. She believes in polygyny. She believes in a man having more than one woman, right? If it's done correctly. But even this woman, you know what? Let me say something real fast. She may not like it, but hey, look. We follow each other. Oh man, I know everybody gonna be up in her DMs. I know this for a fact. But let's give her a little light. Let's give Callie. Let's give Callie a little light. Let's give Callie a little light. Why not? I want you to see her. Now, this is my homegirl Callie, right? This is Callie. I know you can see her. Yes, she can see her. Bet. This woman right here, she is always like, polygyny is not for every man. And I've always said this. Polygyny is not, this is not a every man thing. This is a grown man thing. This is a responsible person. Now, it has to be a righteous brother, meaning a man of God, because he's going to practice it the right way. But one thing she always said, and he says it in the video too, but I want to give Callie her credit, because before I heard it from him, I heard it from Callie. She said, a man who is practicing, what the hell? Camera always does that. I was blurry like that. Anyway, so Callie always says this. She always says, nah, I want to know what the hell is the problem. Hello? What the heck is going on? This camera be tweaking. But anyway, so Callie always says this. She always says, a man, what in the world? There you go. A man that practices polygyny the right way, there's really no benefit for him. all the benefit goes to the women and the children. And this is the reason why most men wouldn't practice polygyny, because it's a responsibility thing. It's a leadership thing. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know how to properly lead women. And then how you lead women is women need to know who are you being led by? What leads you? What drives you in the morning? And if it ain't Yah, if it ain't Yahshua, if it ain't God, yeah, you already doing it wrong. Now most guys will do it out of lust of the flesh, but that's not what this video is about. We're talking to the real men, but let's keep on going.
Now, the subject of polygyny is very touchy for a lot of women because they want to act as if though they're not sharing a man when they have already been sharing men.
Yep.
They've been sharing men their whole life.
Yep.
When you really think about it, if you're a woman today, right now, and you're viewing me, are you a virgin? I want to know right now.
Right.
Are you a virgin?
Right.
The answer is no.
Right.
You're not.
Yep.
So that right there is technically strike one.
Yep.
You're not a virgin. Okay, let's say you're a woman and you have a child. Let's say you're a woman, you're a single mother, whatever the situation.
Now, I want to address that. If you're a woman and by the time I met you, you are not a virgin and you are not actually with the man that you gave your virginity to according to the Bible, you are an adulterer. Why don't... See, hear me out. Why doesn't the church talk about this? I wonder why. Maybe because they'll lose their entire female congregation. Maybe that's why. Who knows? Only God knows. But who really knows what their real intention is? Why? Because if how you I'm trying to use the correct word, consummate the marriage is sex. Why do you think every time a woman lays with a man, she's creating a soul tie? That's what physical contact is for. You see, but they don't want to talk about this. But hear me. But the Bible does say, in the end, what was once deemed bad will be deemed good. What was once deemed good will be deemed bad. Ready? Hear me out. Now we got sexual liberation. Women creating all these soul ties, and then they wonder why they can't mate with somebody. They wonder why they all crazy in the mind, why they can't think straight, because they've been with too many men already. I know I lost some of y'all already. It's cool. It's cool. I ain't meant to keep some of y'all anyway. Let's be real. Now, fellas, let's get into this. Oh, man. Could this man go... Let's go.
Is you was in a relationship, you're not...
And if you think I'm lying, look it up. Please. Everything that me and him are going to say, look it up. It's in the Bible. If you are not a virgin when I meet you, you are an adulterer. Adulteress. Whatever it is. You are. Why? Because you've already given yourself to that man, and that man is still... If he's still alive, that is your husband. I don't want to get into this today.
Not in a relationship no more, but you have children. My question to you is, are you telling me that as a woman, right, you would want to get into a relationship with a man when you already done had a family? Now think about that. I want that to marinate. I want us to really have that conversation.
Let's do it.
Because when you talk about a man having more than one wife, a lot of times women, the first thing they do is they say they don't want to share. Okay, exactly what are you not wanting to share?
Right. Talk about it, Ringo.
Are you talking about D? You don't want to share the D? So let me get this straight. When we talk about polygyny, the only thing you're thinking about is D.
Right.
And you're wondering why the black community is in shambles. You're wondering why everything is falling apart. It's because women don't understand purpose. They don't understand life. They don't understand anything when it comes to polygyny. You understand? So they're focused on all the wrong things, which is bad. You see? All the wrong things. Let me see what's wrong here. I think I got something wrong here. Hold on.
Crest Advanced Gum Restore.
I already know you're gonna have it.
A healthier condition. It's clinically proven to detect.
Okay.
Hold on, I just peeped something. Do y'all read this comment right here? Look at this. It says, I never seen this. It says, time and time again, we get a clear-cut example on why women are not to try and teach the scriptures. Well, the Bible already spoke about that. But we have female pastors. Hear me out. I've left churches when I've walked in and the pastor's like, meet the first lady. There is no first lady in the Bible. Yeah, this is my lady's a pastor. She's a what? The Bible specifically says a woman cannot be a pastor. Y'all don't want to get into this right now. Y'all don't want to do this. Y'all don't want to hear no truth, but let's keep going. Let's keep going.
There you go. All right. That's about it. I had clicked something by mistake. But anyway.
Oh, that's what they were talking about, this girl, Kimberly, right here. So this lady, Kimberly, says, was until I got married. Okay, so she was a virgin. Okay, yeah, she's different. You a virgin when you get married, you on a whole nother level. What you could have whatever you like. Listen, you could ask for whatever you want from a man. You want monogamy to that man? Hey, he's paying you held that. You're the prize, and you have. Oh man, we're gonna get to that another time. Come on.
You have women. You have all different types of women. You got single mothers. You got women that are single. You got women that have multiple relationships with different men. You have women that have been sexually active all over the place, and they've been sharing men. See, ladies, let me explain something to you. The guy that you're dating or dealing with right now, he was with another woman. You're sharing a man.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize that, right? Do you realize that if you're not a virgin, right, you're sharing that which was another man's vagina, like that was his, right? Because you were with him at one time. So now that you're out of that relationship and you get into a new relationship with another guy, you're giving that guy a sandwich that someone else bit already.
Right.
You do understand that, right? If you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you take a bite and then you put it in Reynolds foil and then you take it out and you give it to a homeless guy, right? You're sharing that sandwich.
Right.
So if a guy was able to be intimate with you and you get into a new relationship with a man, you're sharing.
Yes.
Do you understand? Like you're giving something that was with someone else.
Right.
If you're a woman and you have children, I need, listen, ladies, again, this is a mature conversation for adults. This
Correct.
is for adults. We ain't even get into the scriptures. This is just my introduction. If you're a woman and you have children.
And for starters, I want to say, for those that say I explain and I break things down too much, this is my channel. I'm here to break down and react to things. And if you don't like it, you can go to somebody else's channel who lets videos run. That's not what we do here. Coach Greg says the same thing. Kevin Samuels says the same thing. Donovan says, all the top YouTubers say the same thing. We're here. I'm giving you my feedback. But let's keep going.
Right. Because there's a lot of single women out here that have children. There's a lot of single women that have no children. We're about building family. We're about structure. We're about longevity and legacy. Now, life is all about purpose. It's about us building family. It's about us sustaining life and giving a better opportunity to our children so that they can have a better outcome than what we had. We didn't grow up with all the best of the best. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But the bottom line is we got to get our children to the promised land. That's the goal, right? Okay, we can all agree on that. Now, if you're a woman and you have children, I want you to know something. I need for you to understand something. And again, I say this with all respect. You have to understand my heart and my character. If you study my videos, you would know that when it comes to these type of lessons, I'm very passionate with what I talk about. And I'm very serious. I need for you to understand. You're not at your so-called church right now. You're not.
And I will say this too. I need y'all to understand something. I've been helping women for at least 7 years. So this is a message I received. I was sleeping tonight, but it is what it is. I cropped this so that way nobody can't say anything, right? I'm sure you guys could already read that. I'm going to read off of this, right? I'm going to read off of this. So the lady goes, or every time I go close to the screen, there it goes. That's what it is. Okay. So she goes, Mike, I'm 41. Can you speak on the boys that talk too much? I met this fine ass young dude, but he talked too much. And I have a situation, but him and I could have been doing us quietly. But, you know, we went to dinner and he's one of those talking kind of guys. I responded in the blue. I'm like, wow, well, thank you. Thank you for this. I said, yes, I will speak on that. I will speak on it. I said, honesty to the highest, and I'm with it. I may not agree with what she's doing. She got a situation and she's trying to step to the side, whatever the case may be. I'm not here to judge her. But I want you to understand something. I'm a man of principle and purpose. And people come to me. I've gotten 3 women married in the last 7 years. 3 women. But hear me out. On this channel, you can die on my word. Because I'm going to make sure everything I say to you guys is true. True to the T. I can't promise you that I'm always going to have my beard shaved and I'm always going to have, I can't promise you that. But what I could promise you is everything that's said here, guests that I bring up here, people that I speak to on here, it's going to be the truth. And this is the reason why I take this polygyny thing extremely serious, because there's going to be guys out there just doing it, just to do it. Switching in and out of women. No, when these women are your women, they're your women to keep. But let's keep going.
Now that you're so-called pork chop eating pastor, you are on Black Male Advice TV. Here we give you the truth raw and uncut. When you're a single woman, right, and you have no children, right, based on that, and based on the Bible, that is the type of woman a man is supposed to marry. A woman that have no children. That's the type of woman he's supposed to marry. Matter of fact, he's supposed to marry a virgin, a woman that wasn't even intimate with no man. So when we look at society and we look at life right now, as a woman, how many mistakes have you already done?
Now hold on. Oh man. Now, and this is true. As a man, you're not supposed to take on a woman that already has children, because that's not your business. But there are men out here that speak on it, fellas. You should not date single mothers. You should be finding women who don't have kids, but it seems like every single woman on the planet now has kids, so that's kind of tough, but it is what it is. But a virgin, the Bible speaks of this. A virgin, or at best a woman with no children. But I'm gonna let him keep talking.
The odds of you really getting married is slim to none. Let's factor in children at this point. Let's say, for example, you're a woman, you got 3 kids. You're trying to get a man to settle down with you and make you his wife.
Right.
Why should he settle down with you when you got 3 kids by 3 men and he have the options of dealing with women that have no children?
Right.
I need for you to let that marinate.
Right.
Do you think that it's a fair deal that a man should come into the picture and he have to assume the role of a stepdaddy? Because understand, if a man get with you and you have children, he have to interact with your children.
Right.
Because they're there. Now, what if a man comes into your world and he says, look, you got children, I'm not trying to share. What do you mean you're not trying to share? Well, those...
Listen to what this man is about. Listen. It's about listening. Listen to what this man is going to say.
Those are not my kids. I'm interested in you. So I'm really not interested in your children. What if a man come to you like that? I'm not trying to share. What if a man... listen, ladies, again, you're an adult, right? Okay, think rational. You're in college. We're having a college course right now. I'm your professor right now. I'm teaching you, right? I'm trying to give you the game, make you understand life. You're a woman. You're saying to yourself, I don't believe in polygyny. I'm not trying to share no man. Okay. You don't want to share no man, right? That's your thoughts. That's your belief. Okay, cool. All right. A man come up to you. He says, look, I'm not trying to share. What do you mean you're not trying to share? Look, you got a baby daddy in your life, right? You're interacting with the child's father, right? Why should I come in as a man to be in your life when you're interacting with another man?
And in some cases, these chicks still be sleeping with their kids' fathers, still have secret, intimate conversations and all that.
Why should I come in your life and you have a child that is not mine, but yet I know that as a man, if I'm interacting with a woman that have children, I know that I would have to have some sort of relationship with her children.
Yep.
So is it fair to be a woman and say, well, I don't want to share, but yet you expect that man to share the responsibility of your children?
I could stop the stream right here. This man is speaking nothing but facts. Nothing but facts right here. Absolutely nothing but facts. So I meet you. Now I gotta share my finances, my life, my resources. I gotta protect somebody else's children. And if I'm going to, then I've always said it. If I'm gonna take on my wife has no children. Me and her have a child. But if I was gonna take on another woman with children, oh, you better believe you will be in a polygynous relationship. You're not. You will never be number one. I'm not saying never be number one. You're supposed all the women, they all supposed to be treated fairly. What I'm saying to you is, you can't expect monogamy from me. That's not happening. That's not. And I don't think no man should come into that. Like, I gotta share my life with you and your children. Yeah, so you should. I think women should automatically know what that is. They should. Look, I come in with baggage, and it is what it is. But this man want to take care of me. It is what. Let's keep going, man.
Does that sound like a good deal? Do you see the problem that we have here? In how today's society, a woman would say, well, I don't believe in that. I'm not sharing no man. See, here's the problem. We're trying to build family and civilization. You're focusing on D.
Yep.
That's the only thing you're interested in. When half of you ladies, I would go as far as to say 80% of you, that when you're in a relationship with a man, you don't even have a sexual relationship with that man the way that man would like. So this ain't even about sharing. Because in most relationships, ladies don't even be putting out what they need to put out when it comes in the sexual department.
Hold on. Ooh, I'm about to get in trouble. Now with my wife, we don't get into it. Me and her, we have thorough conversations. But I was talking to a woman, right? And she expressed to me the reason why she had to let her man go was because she was struggling to fulfill different sides of his fantasy. Like, with her, he wanted to be the calm guy, the loving, the compassionate, the romantic. But men have multiple different sides. So then when it came to the freak side, now some of y'all would say, oh yeah, but ready, hear me out. We all seen the mafia movies where the dons and these top bosses, they all had different women, right? And they would always say things like this: I can do with this woman things that I can't do with my wife. Why? Because you're supposed to keep your wife at a certain level of respect. So you can't treat her like she's the same slut, whore that you can't mix the two. You cannot mix the two. And the thing is this, I want ladies to understand, you cannot be everything. You cannot be everything to one man. Ready, hear me out. My wife, hardworking woman, you know, she has a career. She loves her career. She helps people for a living. You helping people? Do what you do. I can't stop her from doing that. Will I be able to retire her one day? Absolutely. It may have to be by force. You might see me in the news like I had to force her to retire. I'm joking. Relax. But what I'm saying to you is this: she loves what she does. But we have a child. There's days that she's exhausted. She's tired. But now imagine me being, I'm rock hard and I'm ready. Yeah, she gonna perform to the best of her ability, but maybe she's going through something. Work is stressing her out. Hear me out. Stress on a woman changes how she feels towards being physical. In case some of you guys didn't know this, it is what it is. You gotta learn how to be sensitive to women's feelings too. You have to at least understand it. Not you're never gonna completely understand it, but to some degree you should have some kind of understanding. But let's keep on going.
You as a woman don't even have the ability to please a man. You don't. Because a man's appetite goes deep.
Yep.
We're just talking about sex at this moment. We're going to get into all different facets of.
And like I said, the lady I was talking to, she's like, yo, this guy wanted to live and do things in his mind that when I seen him trying to do it with me, I was uncomfortable. Fellas, there were gonna be some ladies who you're gonna want to do things, but she's gonna be uncomfortable. But that's where the other woman comes into play. Man, y'all want this truth. You ladies definitely don't want this truth.
Than just sex. But these are the issues that women have when you talk about polygyny. They say, I am not sharing. Well, when you ask a woman, what do you mean you're not sharing? Sharing what? What exactly are you talking about? What are you not sharing? Well, I don't want to share my man. Well, first of all, he's not your man.
Mm-hmm.
He's not your man.
Mm-hmm.
You are his woman.
Mm-hmm. It's a fact.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of y'all women misunderstand that too. And fellas, I want you to understand. I always say this. I am not a reflection of my woman, and she knows this, so I can speak freely. She is a reflection of me. When they look at her, they're looking at me. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is.
If you understand the scriptures, it talks about he that getteth a wife begotteth a possession. So if you are a woman and you come into a man's world, you have to be on his program. It's not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
The way life works is a woman submits herself to the man's vision. Now, the Bible says submitting yourself one towards another in the fear of God. That just simply means a man does his part, a woman does her part.
Yep.
But when you have a union or marriage, a woman have to submit to the vision of that man.
Yep.
And from there, you get the plans of the Most High, because it's the man that's leading you. It is not the woman leading the man.
Right. People don't understand. Many people try to break it down, but you already know. Submission, you break it down. Sub is to get under the mission of the man. That's all it is. But let's keep going.
You understand? Serious. It makes no sense. It makes no sense for a woman to come to a relationship or come to a man and she's trying to lead that man. This is where we get conflict. This is why relationships just don't work. Mm-hmm. Because when a woman, see, here's the thing. This normally only happens when a woman interacts with a quality man. See, a quality man, he already doesn't know where he's going. He already doesn't know what he's trying to do. So he's looking for women to build with. You understand?
Yep.
It's just like a man who starts a business and he's hiring employees. He already knows what he's after. He knows where he's going. But see, what most women desire is a man that really don't know where he's going. A man that she can mold, a man that she can shape, a man that she can pretty much use, emasculate, turn him into the puppet that she needs him to be.
You see, so imagine this, right? So my lady's really good. Though she hates math, she's really good at it. She's good at paperwork. She's good at scheduling. She's good at all these things. So now, if I have a business, so my lady may be the one to take care of the business side. But then my other lady would be the front runner. Maybe I'm whatever. I have a business, a laundromat or something. But she's more of a people person, an outgoing person, more talkative. She's, hey, good morning. Hi, of course, let me help you. You see, everybody serves a different purpose. So you can't get two of the same type of woman, but let's keep on going. Anyway, let's keep on.
That's not a man, that's a boy.
Yep.
A real man is about purpose. And what I'm trying to make sisters understand is that in life, we have to understand the purpose for why we're here.
Yep.
Men have a part, women have a part. This society that we live in has lied to you. The Christian church has lied to you. Everything you've been taught has been a lie. You are literally in the matrix and you just don't know. When you look around you, you look at all these other nations of people, they're building skyscrapers. How do you think they do that? You think they did that because they saved their so-called paycheck week to week and decided to build a building? How is it that every other nationality of men and women are super rich, highly successful, and have everything together, but when you look at the so-called black man and black woman, they're on the bottom? You're at a job, wasting your time, trying to get a paycheck, trying to survive.
Now, I'm not gonna get into the politics of it, but what I will say is this. I'm from New York City, Bronx to be exact, right? But I lived in Yonkers. I always tell the story, but I'm gonna make it real fast. On my block, there was like 4 Mexican guys living in one house. Within 6 months, I started seeing like now they not only have this one house, they have the house next to them too. So now it's 2 and 2 guys, but now I see like women and children are in there. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So then the more and more like they had more and more houses, the more and more men and family and children came in. Why? Because they know how to put their money together for a purpose. Ready? I mean, I gotta be real. We even see the Arabs. Like when New York City, the Arab store everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? But now most of these guys live on the bottom of their store. Three guys down in the basement, living down there, XYZ. And you know what? They send their money home. They go home. They go back home to their country, and they living like kings. But I will say this. This is something, and mind you, now hear me out. Me working, that's my income. My lady working, that's her income. And my other lady working, that's her income. That's 3 incomes in a month. You know what you can do with that? Do you know what you can do with that? Now, like I said, this ain't for broke men. Now, men should not care what their woman makes, but like how Donovan, Kevin, everybody always says, but if the woman is giving you access to it to build, do you know what you get from that? Do you know what happens if your lady's like, yo, we all in. Our money's in here. We in a pile. What can we do? Okay, we need this property. Let's get, all right, boom. In 3 months, we're going to get this property. Bang. See, y'all don't know how to build. Because y'all can't have the proper conversations with these women because y'all don't have the proper information. But the Bible speaks about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. First, you have to get the knowledge. When you get the knowledge, you have to understand the knowledge. And in order for you to understand the knowledge, you have to really dive deep to understand why, like, how did the knowledge come to be? And then the wisdom is applying the understanding of the knowledge that you have. Knowing how to use it, when to use it. Ready? A great example. I always tell you guys, especially on Instagram, yeah, you young guys be weird sometimes, right? Okay. So, every time you speak to your lady about going out with your fellas, she's like, okay, fine. Go out with your friends. It's okay. I'll just be here by myself. Okay. All right, ma. So you have the knowledge of you. That's the knowledge. She spazzes. Okay. But then you have to understand. Okay. Every time I tell her this, she spazzes. Okay. Now here's the wisdom. I'm not going to tell you that anymore. Because now I understand. Now I'm smart enough to understand that every time I say something like this, you spaz the fuck out. And guess what? The dynamic of your relationship changes. And that should already be a red flag for you guys. For you to get the hell up out of Dodge. But some of you guys stay there and be like, she just cares so much. The fuck? I think this is pathetic, but let's keep going.
That's your world. You're in a personal prison. You are literally on a plantation, wasting your life away because they psychologically got you trapped where you're not making no progress. Notice this, you're not making no progress financially. You're not making no progress in your relationships. You're not making no progress with your children. You're not making no progress. You're not even making progress when it comes to your spirituality. You're not making no growth. You're not having no growth because they literally have you on a treadmill, wasting your life away. You're not free right now because you're waiting.
Hold on. About what he said about working so damn hard, whatever. You know what's crazy? I left New York City. But the one thing that my lady said to me was, when you leave, I refuse for you to work as hard as you had to work in New York City. And if you do so, now we're going to have a problem. And I had to understand that. Why? Because I was working, it's illegal, 2 full-time jobs, back to back, in New York City. You got to survive. I had side hustles, and she's like, we not doing that here. We not doing that here. I need you to understand that you're going to find one good quality position, and you know what I'm saying, armed forces, which that's what I chose. One quality position, you're going to go do that, and that's what you're going to do. And you're going to come home, or you're going to go out there and do what you... She'd be like, yo, your friends are going to bet. Go out with your friends. Hey, you know, I'm going to bring some of my friends over. She'll leave. She'll leave. I'm leaving to my parents' house. Or I'm leaving to my... And when it comes to this topic, when I sit there and I say, hey, I think I met somebody who's pretty cool, you know, she understands the whole polygyny thing. She goes, take your time, get to know her, understand who she is before you bring it to my attention. Where's the argument? Where's the argument? But y'all guys are scared of women. But let's keep going.
Wasting your time. Monogamy. What is monogamy? Monogamy is a prison that was created by the powers that be for population control. Monogamy is actually a new concept. Do you understand me? All throughout the Bible, everyone practiced polygyny. There is no such thing as monogamy in the Bible.
And I will say this. Some of y'all are going to say, oh, but the Bible says it was Adam and Eve, and for this cause a man will leave his family, mother and father, and cling to his wife. It doesn't say wives. Do you know every time a man has a woman and lays down with a woman, that woman becomes his wife? See, y'all not ready for me. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready.
Again, I got 1,000 scriptures for you. I'm going to break everything down. I'm going to hurt a lot of feelings. I'm letting you know right now. We're not here to sugarcoat nothing. Again, I am not your pastor. I am a man of truth. You must understand that. We're not here to play games with you. Monogamy is a failed system. Question, ladies, how many relationships you had? Talk to me. How many relationships have you had?
Yep.
All of them was under monogamy, and all of them have failed.
Ladies, I want you to understand something. It is natural for a man to desire another woman or other women. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. He loves you with everything he got. But him desiring other women ain't got nothing to do with the love that he has for you. Just don't let him be a whoremonger. Make sure you don't pick a whoremonger male, which is a male that just wants to sleep and put his freaking pee-pee in everything that he sees. That's a little different. Polygyny is about responsibility, growing family, and y'all don't understand.
All of them was under monogamy, and all of them have failed.
Yep.
How did it fail? Oh, he cheated on me.
Right.
He cheated on me.
Right.
Oh, really? He cheated on you, or you cheated on him? Which one? Which one? Because typically when a man get with a woman, the first thing the woman want to do is emasculate the man and try to control his manhood. Who that on your phone? I don't want you talking to nobody. Woman, he's a man.
Right.
Do you realize that he's a man?
Right.
See, I don't think women understands the basics of life. This is a man. You do understand that this is a man. This is not a woman you're dealing with. This is a man. You do understand that. Who taught you that when you get with a man, that he's supposed to be with you and you only?
You know what's crazy? And it's true. And Kevin Samuels always exposed this. Maybe that's why he was hated. But do you really think, let's be honest, you really think that your grandparents, that your grandmother didn't know, your great-grandmother didn't know that her husband had another woman? At least she was able to sit there and say, I just don't want to know. Keep that over there to the south. I don't want no parts of that. But whatever you do, that's over there. I know people who found out that they had other siblings of other families after somebody passed away. But let's keep going. Monogamy doesn't work, ladies. You're supposed to be monogamous to your man, but a man is not monogamous.
This is why I teach.
And to a certain degree, I can understand a woman craving another man. Maybe like, oh my gosh, he looks handsome. Of course, because women are naturally hypergamous. So that part we understand. But once you're disloyal to one man, you're disloyal to all. Because if you can't be loyal to one, how can you be loyal? You don't pick and choose. It's who you're supposed to be. It's supposed to be in your DNA. But it is. But let's keep going.
That modern women in today's day is going to be single for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
For the rest of your lives, single. Or you'll become a baby mama. Or you'll jump from man to man, relationship to relationship, pumped and dumped, smash and dash.
Mm-hmm.
This is the outcome. Why? Because you refuse to listen to the truth.
Yep.
You ladies are going to continually get in contact with a Pookie and Ray Ray. He's never going to settle down with you. Why? Because he's only after sex. I've already taught you. There are two types of guys in this world. Whoremonger males and righteous men. Choose one. Make your choice. It's not working for you.
Yep.
Your monogamous relationships are not working for you. Nothing's working for you. Every man you get with, same thing. Ask yourself the question. How many times you been in that bed? How many times you had sex with this guy? How many times you laid up with that guy? How many times you did this, that, this, and that? Nothing worked. And the reason for that is because you don't have a righteous man. First thing, the only guy that should be practicing polygyny is a righteous man that is of good character. If a man is not following the Most High Yah, if a man is not keeping the commandments, if a man don't know who he is in this truth, he have no business practicing polygyny because
Facts.
he's going to abuse women.
Facts.
He's just going to be out there pumping and dumping, smashing and dashing and doing all of that mess. And we don't promote that type of nonsense here on this channel.
This is a fact. This is what I tell you guys. And this is what I tell you ladies. Whoremonger males do exist. Guys that want to sleep with everyone. You understand what I'm saying? This particular life is not for those kind of men, because they will abuse women. It's not he might or might not. No. Them Pookies and Ray Rays, they will abuse this. They will. But let's keep going.
On this channel, I don't promote men going out there just sleeping around with women. We don't promote that here. We don't do that. I don't do that. I do not go outside seeing what woman I can sleep around with, fool around here and there. I don't do that type of nonsense. If a sister is not wife material, I'm not wasting my time because it's a waste of time.
Yo, this guy be hitting it on the nose. Fellas, if she's not wifey material, and I would even go as far as saying, if you don't see that she has the ability to actually be like down with your program and be a wife and understand what's happening, don't waste your time, fellas. Don't waste your time.
Why? Because she's not on that frequency. She's not on that level. She's not really going to go where we need to go. Because if a woman, especially a woman that claims she's in the truth, you have a lot of women that claim they following the Most High, they believe in the Bible, but really, you do? When I start going through these scriptures,
Yep.
when I tell you, you're going to get in your feelings, you're going to get in your feelings. If you have a problem with the scriptures, talk to the Most High.
Yep. Facts.
Because we're about to go into it. We're about to get into these scriptures. We're going to find out the truth. We're going to show you a lot of information. I want you to really pay attention. So you don't want to share a man? the ultimate truth on polygyny marriage. We're going to break it all down for you right now. Now,
let's do it.
What I want to establish is a couple of things. I'm going to talk about all the things that women would normally do when it comes to their pushback against polygyny.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that women are sharing men. When we look at the black community, all these women are having babies, all out of wedlock. Who are the baby daddies? Most likely the same guy. But the righteous men are not multiplying. When we look at the black community, Pookies and Ray Rays are repopulating the earth with the children of darkness. Women are not reproducing with righteous men.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the problems. That's why we have school shootings. That's why we have black on black crime. That is why we have so much violence in the black community, because our women are reproducing with men that are ungodly. Do you understand?
Ooh.
They're reproducing with men that are ungodly. How you expect your children to be blessed and righteous when you're having relations with men that are no good? You're not trying to build with a brother. You're not trying to build with a righteous man. You want to waste time because you think that you could turn an evil man into a holy, righteous man. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, fam. A lot of women believe that polygyny goes against the Bible, that polygyny is unlawful, that polygyny is a sin. Really? Polygyny, unlawful, against the Bible, sin? Really? Ladies, do you really know what the Bible have to say? Do you? Do you understand the patriarchs? Do you understand that the 12 tribes of Israel was produced based on polygyny? Do you understand that Jacob had 4 wives? 2 wives, 2 concubines. A concubine is a wife as well, but she don't have the status of a wife.
Right.
He had 2 wives, 2 concubines. His concubines actually gave him more sons than his wives.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. They don't read. They don't.
And you know what they say? If you wanna keep people stupid, dumb, and blind, just hide the information in the book. Why? 'Cause y'all guys don't want to read. And that's big shout out to Joe, my boss. Y'all already know he's in the finance game. My boss always told me he would give me books to read, and I'll be sitting here like, yo, fam, come on, man. Like, we got these Range Rovers and these Lamborghinis over here. You think I want to read? He go, you want to get that? Do this. And believe it, man, like reading is like powerful. Man, let's keep going.
Don't read the Bible at all. You understand? Now, let's break down some scriptures, because I am going to go through this Bible and I am going to show you line upon line, precept upon precept. I'm going to show you everything, because I can hear all these women right now. I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm in the spirit. I can hear women saying, well, Solomon had multiple wives and his women turned his heart after other gods. I can hear that group of women. I can also hear women talking a bunch of crap about theirs. Oh, if you have polygyny, you know, you're gonna only favor one wife and love the other wife, and it's gonna be a lot of jealousy. Then you're gonna have your group of women saying, well, I know someone. They always say that. I know someone.
I hate that.
That was practicing polygyny, and for whatever reason, it didn't work for them, and they had all these issues, and, you know, it's not really for me.
And when you hear that, I know someone. The likelihood is they didn't know someone. They didn't know someone. Because, right, like I always said, polygyny practiced properly, all the benefit goes to the woman. So what the heck is she talking about? Now, he goes into the nations and all that, but we're going to get into that a little later. But the men turning their heart, the success of polygyny working, it was always the man's fault. It didn't mean it wasn't allowed. This is why you got to let him go, man. He breaks this down.
But yet they slept around with at least 10 guys.
Right.
So polygyny is not for you, but you had sexual relations with 10 different men in your lifetime. But polygyny is not for you.
You already been with all these guys. You already sharing.
So let me get this straight. It's okay for you to have sexual relations with multiple different men, right? But when you meet a man and it's time to talk about polygyny, oh, I'm not really into that. I don't share. I do not. I don't.
He's an asshole, so he's very sarcastic. I like him. He's funny. Go, keep going.
You don't really? You really don't. Okay, let's get into these scriptures, fam. We got 1,000 scriptures for you. We're gonna go through everything. Well, not a.
And I want you to understand, God allowing the men to do so is because they were supposed to do it the right way, righteously. They chose not to do it, and he breaks it down. This man breaks it. He's good.
But I have a lot. Right? I have
Might need to go subscribe to that man.
A lot of scriptures that I'm gonna share. I think it's on this one right here. Okay, we're gonna go. We are gonna start off with the book of 1 Corinthians. We're going to go to the book of 1 Corinthians. We're going to go to the book of Exodus. We're going to go to the book of Isaiah, Ephesians, 1st.
And I've had a lot of dudes approach me about the 1 Corinthians. He's going to break this down. I want y'all to understand. There's a huge difference between someone speaking and God speaking. He breaks it down.
Timothy,
man.
Romans, 1 Kings, Deuteronomy. We're going to go through a lot of scriptures. I'm letting you know right now. So if you're a woman and you're paying attention, I need for you to listen to me. Again, we're adults right here, right? We're adults, right? So you don't want to share a man. Now, again, ladies, I'm not talking about you sharing a Pookie and a Ray Ray. I'm talking about a righteous man. I'm talking about a quality man. I've been teaching on this for years. Y'all haven't been listening. Y'all been going through relationship after relationship, makeup to breakup, all of this nonsense. A lot of you sisters, you turned single mothers during the pandemic. Can I get a witness? Yeah, you turned into a single mother during the pandemic. Why? Because you thought that monogamy was going to work. Okay, why monogamy failed for you? Why? I thought monogamy is the way.
Right.
How many relationships you've been in that all been based on monogamy? Why it just didn't work? Ladies, listen. Who's filing for these divorces? How many times have you seen a man file for divorce? How many? No. Women file for divorces. The majority of every single divorce is always filed by a woman. So if monogamy is so good, why all these ladies are filing for divorce? What's the matter? He cheated on me. So let me get this straight. He cheated on you in what way?
Now, mind you, a lot of women will be married, divorce their guy, just to go back to the street, because why? It's when a woman has been ran through too many times, she's gonna always have that desire for multiple different men. That's what she's accustomed to. And I've always told you guys, do you know what a healthy, successful relationship looks like? Boredom. Consistency. That's what it looks like. It's not jet planes and going through Florida and Puerto Rico and Jamaica. Nah. It's consistency, longevity. Yes. Teetering on boredom. Let's keep going.
Well, I saw that he had a phone number in his phone and some pictures, and I don't want to tolerate that. I just can't do it. So let me get this straight. You're looking for a unicorn. You're looking for a man that's going to be a robot. That's what you believe this is, right? So you threw away a good man because you found out he had some other woman that he was interested in. Ladies, let me explain something to you. A man can love more than one woman. Do you understand that? Do you understand that a man have a nut sack? Do you understand that? Do you understand he have billions of sperm cells? Do you realize that? Do you realize that he's able to repopulate this whole earth? Do you understand that if there is one man in New York City and there are 5,000 women and they all are going through their cycle, do you understand that that one man can impregnate thousands of women?
Have thousands of children in one shot.
Now, let's break this thing down, because I can hear the women also saying, but Ringo, if a man can have more than one wife, then shouldn't a woman have more than one husband?
You know that was going to happen. You know that's going to happen.
Really? All right.
But listen, now listen closely. You're going to hear him speak biblical truth. See, y'all ladies don't want to hear this, but let's keep going.
Let's play
listen.
that little game. Let's say, for example, you're a sister. You got 4 husbands. All right, cool. You got these 4 grown men in your house. They horny as hell. Not only that, they want dinner. But guess what? You had sex with one of them, you got pregnant. So now you walking around with a belly. You got this big old belly. You got 3 other men right there, horny as hell. They want to...
I'm not sure if you guys can read this. Let me see if I can get out of the way. Can I get out of the... Let me move myself up fast. Hold up. I want y'all to see this. Can y'all see this right here? Hold on. Y'all see this right here? You see this? Sex equals marriage. I love when women know the truth. I love it. Sex equals marriage. Sex equals marriage. This is what most women don't want to understand. Let me go back to my corner. Boop. Proceed.
to have sex. Are you ready to get down? Not only that, they want dinner. So you gotta cook for 4 men. Not only that, you gotta clean the house. Because remember, you ain't into sharing, right? Okay, cool. But now you got these 4 men that you gotta deal with. But you're pregnant. But husband number 2, he want a baby. But he gotta wait a whole year and wait for you to heal up so he can have a child with you. But you got these other guys that are horny as hell. Lady, please stop.
Right. Listen.
Please stop. You can only have one man. You know why? You can only have one head.
I could stop it right now. Right now. Right now. I won't though. I want y'all to get all this smoke. Get all of this.
You know why? Because if the Bible says that the husband is the head of the wife, how can you have 4 husbands? You see, this is why society has destroyed our family.
Mm-hmm.
They got our women wanting to become men.
Yeah.
And because of this, they believe that they can go out here and say to themselves, I can have more than one man. For example, let's just take, for example, a dating show. Let's just take that for example. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. I have to break this thing down for ladies to understand. Let's say you go on the Pineapple Show with Melly Monaco or Kendra G, right? And you're a sister and you're dating, right? Or you're going on a dating show, right? Let's break this thing down, right? Okay, cool. You go on the show, hey, my name is such and such and such. I'm interested in X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. Okay, 1,000 guys hit you up. Now think about this, ladies. Let this marinate. Let it think. Keep that in mind. You have over 50 guys, they hit you up. They're all in your DMs. They all trying to shoot their shot. They all trying to holler at you. Okay, boom. You set up a date with one, but you didn't tell the other one that you're talking to that one. Now, why is that? Let's get with it.
Because women know that men are extremely territorial, and a woman knows that a man is not going to share his woman with another man. She may be under the delusion. Now I will say this. This practice will happen, and I'm gonna get into some videos on that too. Man, y'all better subscribe to this channel. It's gonna get real wicked over here. But I want you to understand something. Hear me out. There are going to be women with multiple different guys. But when I show you the weak guys, they need love too. Them weak guys that walk around and be like, did I do that? Like, yeah, they need women too. Somebody's going to have to feed that appetite too. And that's what those women are going to capitalize on, the weak men. And all those guys are going to take care of this one woman. Stupid. But you know what? Give her the chance to be with an alpha dog. She'll leave all of them. I guarantee you. But let's keep going.
On a date with that guy, but you ain't tell that guy that you got other consorts that you literally have that you're dealing with. You got other suitors that you're dealing with. You got other men that you're planning dates with. You're sharing men right now. You're dealing with more than one man. You're going on a date with him on Saturday, then you're going on a date on him on Sunday.
Why didn't she
You got
say
all
it?
these guys shooting their shot. All these guys telling you sweet nothings. All of these guys talking dirty to you. All of these guys trying to get it in. But yet if a man talk about, hey, I practice polygyny, these are my cards, this is what I believe, X, Y, and Z, it's a problem for you.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Think about that. I want it to register. I want you to see the imbalance of how it's okay for a woman to date multiple men. But if a guy say he has a woman, oh, it's a problem. For example, I'm going to do a reaction video to the Melly Monaco recent, the pineapple show that recently happened. A guy came in there and he said that, I think he said he has a woman or something like that. And the woman said, no, pineapple. Another guy came in, I think he said he had 4 kids. The woman said, pineapple. So you getting rid of those guys because they have children. You're getting rid of him because he have a woman. But yet you're on a dating show talking to multiple guys and Melly Monaco is asking you, so you like that guy? Yeah, I like him. Then another guy come in and then she asks you, so you like him? Yeah, I like him. He's cool. So let me get this straight. You like all of these men. And after the show, you're going to check your DMs to see how many men, how many suitors that you have lined up, right, to go out on dates. It's okay for you to have more than one man going out on dates, but yet if a man say he practiced polygyny, it's a problem.
And a big part of this too is a lot of ladies, a lot of y'all, what it is y'all been with these dusty ass dudes, and now you carry on what you've learned from their patterns and you label it to everybody. So everybody's poison now because you made shitty life decisions. Polygyny would work for you if you really opened your mind and you said, let me hear what this man gotta say. Let me hear what is your plan? Tell me what is your... And he's gonna say something. Ladies, if a man practices polygyny, the first thing you should be doing is, you practice it. He's gonna say it. Oh, you practice it? Great. Where's your wife? May I talk to her? Well, it ain't gonna be right away, but at some point in time, can I talk to her? I need to talk to her. I want to see how she feels about you. I need to see how she works with you, how she gets along with you. Can she get along with me? That should be the process. But let's keep going.
Do you see that? What I'm trying to show you is it's unbalanced. It's unbalanced because here's the thing, ladies. If you got multiple men in your DMs, right? Multiple men trying to take you out on a date, and please, let me make this very clear. Let me make this very clear, especially for all these ladies that's listening. Here on this platform, we promote no dinner dates. Hashtag no dinner dates.
Mm-hmm.
See, as a man of standards, as a man of quality, a man of excellence, I understand what's going on in this world concerning women, and I'm very disciplined. I personally do not go out on dates with women. I don't waste my time. If a woman is not a certified woman of mine, I'm not wasting my time. Why? Because there's another guy out there that would waste his time doing that. I don't waste my time doing that. You have to understand principles. and you have to be disciplined as a man. A woman have to be interested in you. When a woman show that type of interest in you, you know what kind of date you go on? Not a dinner date. We ain't spending no money. We ain't here to waste all of that time. We got to get to know one another. We got to see eye to eye. We got to really build and really magnify what's going on here. That's what we got to do. No dinner dates. If a woman is not my woman, if a woman have not been made certified, I'm not wasting my time. And if a woman is not interested in cooking for me, why in the world would I be wasting my time?
Right.
Going out on some date to spend money when a woman's supposed to
Now I know he's taking a little time getting to the point, so I'm gonna let him rock out, but he's speaking facts.
cook. It makes no sense. How can a woman be wife material if she don't know how to cook for a man to show that man that she respects him? It makes no sense. See, brothers, when you take a woman out on a date, you know what you're essentially doing? You're spoiling her. You're making her believe that this is something y'all gonna do all the time. And guess what? If you start something off that way, you're gonna have to keep doing that forever. I'm just like,
I want to show you guys something, right? Hear me out. I'll get the camera back into being clear. This is at 3:45 in the morning. So you can see it's 6:34 in the morning, right? I want you to see something. This is what my lady texts me. She's in the next room. She knows I'm working. This is what I'm talking about. Pay attention. Can y'all see that? Hold on. See it? Thank you for working so hard, King. You're welcome, mamas. I love you for it and so much more. I love my family. Can you please get me up in the morning? Whatever she gave me up in the morning. I'm up though, but it is what it is. I want you to understand. There you go. I want you to understand. That is respect. That is respect. I work hard. I grind. So, my lady's going to make sure anybody that I bring into this thing of ours, you're going to have to treat me, respect me, and value me the way she does. Women never seen respect like this. Mind you, I'm not with no, she ain't no old woman. She's significantly younger than me. And she got it.
letting you know straight up and down. Letting you know straight up and down, fam. If a woman is not certified, see, here's the thing, because a lot of ladies, they act like they don't understand English. If you're a sister and you're out here and you got multiple suitors in your DMs, you got all these different numbers of all these different guys. When you get off the phone with that brother, you on a date with that brother, and you're doing this game that you're playing. You're not getting to know me. See, if I'm trying to holler at you and you're a woman, but you got other suitors that you're trying to get to know, you're wasting my time.
Right.
You know why? Because you're a woman. You cannot multiply with multiple men at the same time.
Right.
You can't get to know multiple men at the same time. It's not going to work.
Yep.
How do you expect to pair bond? How do you expect to have chemistry? So let me get this straight. You want to have chemistry with 5 different men? This is not making any sense. But see, this is what society has done to you. They taught you to think and act like a man.
Mm-hmm.
Men do that. Men have the ability to love women. Men have the ability to talk to women and interact with women because we carry the seed. Women are likened to the ground. They have the soil, fertile soil, which is able to bring forth fruit. Men plant their seed, women bring forth the fruit. Again, this topic is for adults. If you're not an adult, you're in the wrong classroom.
Right.
On Black Male Advice TV, we deal with excellence. We deal with family. We deal with relationships. If you cannot handle the real, raw, uncut truth, you're not going to be able to last in this world when it comes to relationships. And you will never be married. This is why when Kevin Samuels was telling you ladies about, are you going to get a high value man and all this other nonsense, none of that stuff was going to work for you. I already knew it wasn't going to work for you, you know? And you're going to remain single and or become a single mom. That's just the way it is. That's the way it's going to be, because you're going to most likely hook up with a man that's no good. You're going to hook up with a man that just want to pump and dump you. See, when I meet a woman, when I introduce myself to a sister, I don't play no games. I don't waste no time. I tell her exactly what's going on, what's my interest, what's my purpose. And I don't play no games. It's not no, so are you single? Yeah, I'm single, baby. You already done know. You got any kids? Nah, I don't got none. You sure you don't got no woman? I don't got no woman, girl. Can't you see? I'm single. Really? A guy like you single? Yeah. I don't got no woman. I don't got no children. Do you realize how crazy you sound as a brother telling a sister in today's day? Especially if you're a brother that got it going on, you got yourself together, you in shape, you got things popping, and you telling her, oh, I don't got no woman. She's going to be looking at you like,
why does she want you?
Let me get this straight. So you don't got no woman, so why would I check for you? Because we all know that women typically gravitate towards men that women desire. That's a fact. If you're the type of guy that women ain't even checking for you, women ain't going to be interested in you.
Right.
Nope. Just look at the work environment. If you see 2 or 3 women talking about one particular guy, hey, girl, you see that guy right there, blah, 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 and they all talking about that guy, and you just kind of walk by and overheard that, guess what's going to happen to you? All of a sudden, you're going to find interest in that guy. I see it happening all the time. But when you're the type of guy that women are just not interested in, none of the women in the workplace is going to be interested in you. These are facts. You can take this to the bank. You know what I mean? So now, you're wondering about these scriptures. Okay, we're going to get into them right now. Let's break down. We're going to read a lot of scriptures, fam. When I tell you, we're going to read a lot. And I like to read. Readers are leaders. Understand that. Readers are leaders. Let's get into these scriptures now. We're going to go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7. We're going to read the whole chapter. We ain't going to be like your so-called pastor that read one Bible verse. We're going to go through the whole thing. See, I read and I understand. I'm a good reader and I understand quickly. See, as a man, you're supposed to read to understand so that you're able to lead women. Women need guidance. And when a woman don't have a quality man in her life, she's not going to be guided. She's going to be in a lot of trouble, a whole lot of trouble. But that being said, let's get into this thing right now. Here we got a scripture. We're going to bring this up on the screen. This is, let me move the chat over a little bit. Let me see. Let's move this over. Let me see. All right, like that. Okay, now, we're going to go through these scriptures right now. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, we're reading the whole chapter.
And I love that you can see it. It's on your screen. If you could read along, so this is in the...
The whole thing. It says, let me low down the music a little bit so that you can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me good? Okay, cool. Now, it goes on and it says, now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. Now, let's break this thing down so that we gain some understanding.
Let's go.
It starts off by saying, now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Now, it's not saying that if you touch a woman, you're in sin or you're this or that. It's talking about in an ungodly way.
Right.
That's what it's talking about, right? And it says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication. What is fornication? What is fornication? Is fornication sex before marriage? No, that makes no sense. That makes no sense, fam. It don't make no sense talking about, oh, sex before marriage. No, because sex equals marriage. If you understand the Bible, you would know that when a man lay with a woman, he makes her his wife.
Yeah, I don't want this
Y'all been
truth.
raised in this Americanized system that tells you, oh, you got to go get a so-called contract from somebody and then they give you access to be a wife. No, that's the American system.
Right.
That's not the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Now, when it goes on and it says,
Like, and it makes me laugh because a lot of people will sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, me and her. I'm not married to her yet. You had sex with her? Oh, boy, you. What you mean? You already? What you mean? Yeah, that's your lady. That's your lady. That is your. This is the reason why even concubines, they are your women. They just don't have the status of your wife. Most women don't qualify to be a wife.
nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife. Now, right there, a lot of women will say, see, it says, let him have his own wife.
Pay
that
attention.
Means one. No, that don't mean one. That mean his own. Do you understand? Let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. So are you saying that since it says own husband, that a woman can have more than one? Ladies, I think every one of you know, without even using a Bible, you already know you're not supposed to have no more than one man.
Yep.
You already done know that. So let's stop playing this game. Let's stop playing this game, fam. It makes no sense. You understand? It makes absolutely no sense, but this is what's going on in society. We have these people that literally have this mindset of thinking that, well, I don't believe that you're misinterpreting the Bible. Listen, we ain't even get started yet. I got a lot of things to cover. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. What that means that your wifely duties that you're supposed to do as a woman in terms of a wife, you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do as a woman to your husband, and your husband's supposed to do what he got to do. That's what it's talking about when it talks about due benevolence, right? And also the wife unto her husband. The wife have not power over her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband have not power over his own body, but the wife. Defraud ye not one another, except it be with consent for a time. Now, what does this mean, defraud ye not? In other words, don't go withholding doing what you're supposed to do in terms of your marriage, your due diligence in terms of cooking, cleaning, sexual relations, the whole 9 yards. You have to make sure that you're continually doing what you're supposed to do. That's what it's talking about right there. So it says, defraud ye not one another, except it be with consent. In other words, if you know you're not going to be around your man, if you know you're going to be praying, if you know you're going to take a break, if you know you're dealing with the kids and you're just, you just don't want to clean the house or whatever the case is, you need to make sure that you make him aware of what you're doing. Right? Now, it says, by consent for the time.
And this goes both ways. If a man is mentally dealing with something, he has things, whatever, hey, look, but you got to make sure that you come back to the relationship because temptation will set. You understand what I'm saying? But it's funny. Ready? The Bible says both of you guys can't withhold. Your body is not your own. But what do you always hear women say? My body, my choice. You can't tell me what to do. It's I control. Fellas, pay attention. Especially those who are in a relationship with their woman and their woman is holding back. Pay attention, fellas. Pay attention.
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your inconsistency. See, if you are a woman and you're withholding sexual relations to your man because you're so religious that you're no earthly good and you want to pray all day, when your man is horny, he wants some head, he wants some tail, but you here being religious talking about, well, I'm going to pray for a whole month and I'm fasting for a month, you're going to cause that man to be tempted. Now, what it means by him being tempted, it means that he wants some sex. You too busy being religious. He's going to go out there and go to another woman. So you can't get mad because he went out there and got himself another woman. Because you want to be out here talking about, well, you know, if you love me, you ain't going to do nothing. No, if you loved him, you'll be consistent with your household duties. I tell you, you're not ready for this. Your pastor don't teach like this.
Yep.
I'm telling you the truth. Let's get back into this. We got 1,000 scriptures to break down. We ain't playing no games here. Do you understand me? Why? It goes on and says, Satan tempt you for your inconsistency. It goes in verse 6. It says, but I speak to them, I speak this by permission. Now notice this. Notice this. Paul is
Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to you Bible fake thumpers trying to have arguments with me. Pay attention.
saying, I speak this by permission. I speak this by permission, not of commandment. Question. Did anything Paul was saying here a law? Was Paul providing?
People always use this scripture, and I say, Paul was not giving a law. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Paul was a man that had no woman. He had no intercourse with no one. See, y'all don't read. That's the problem. And y'all ladies damn sure don't read.
A law? No. He's speaking what he's speaking by permission. What you just hear me read is by permission. That's not a law.
It's not.
Do you understand me? Did I just make that up? Did I misinterpret something? No. He spoke what he spoke by permission, not by commandment. Now, let's break this thing down some more. He said, but I speak this by permission and not of commandment. Verse 7. For I would that all men were even as I myself. Now, Paul right there was basically saying, look, I wish that all men were like I was. Now, you all know Paul didn't have no woman. You understand? Paul didn't have no woman. He had the gift to remain celibate or, you know, not dealing with no woman at all. Like, he didn't have no desire to be with a woman. He was focused on the work of the Most High. Do you understand me? So he went on and he says, For I would all men were even as I myself, but every man have his proper gift of God, and after this manner, and after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. In other words, he's telling the widows and the unmarried to just remain single as he is, right? He goes on and he says, but if they can't contain, in other words, if they can't contain, let them marry. Why? For it is better to marry than to burn. Okay, so now we see that it is better to marry than to burn. So if you're a woman and you're horny all the time and you're with this brother and it's like, y'all just together, and it's like, he's saying, look, it's better to be married than to burn. So get married. Now, the way you get married, according to the Bible, is you have sex and you consummate that marriage through sex. You make those vows, you do what you got to do, you set your agreement, and you do what you got to do. Marriage according to the world system is not marriage according to the Bible.
Yep.
This is one of the big misconceptions.
Yep.
This is why you have a lot of men that don't even want to get married to a woman based on the world system, because number one, they're afraid of losing assets. They're afraid of losing materials, money, you name it. They are scared because marriage in America only benefits women. When you think about the marriage contract and the system, when you join under the marriage system, the government is now in your household. They're in your affairs. That's not how it was according to the scriptures.
Right.
It wasn't like that.
Right.
So when a man marry a woman based on the system, in most cases, women get an easy payday because of that. Sometimes you'll have women that'll marry a brother, be with him for 2 years. She never liked him or loved him. She was after those resources. And once things don't go right, guess what she do? She filed for divorce for irreconcilable differences.
And the funny thing is this, what the hell is that? What? A judge can't even tell you what that is. A lawyer can't. What is that? Well, it just means that. It just means what. Y'all think it's a game. Definition of Irreconcilable differences. Let's look this up. Let's look this up. Irreconcilable differences means that the couple disagrees on such a level that they can no longer sustain a marriage. They cannot reconcile or resolve the differences enough to reunite or coexist within. Irreconcilable differences means that the only option is to dissolve the marriage. Sounds like it's right up a woman's alley. Yeah. I could see why women want to sit there. Irreconcilable differences. What differences, Your Honor? It's just too much. It's too much. It's just too much to really say and break it down, Your Honor, please. Irreconcilable differences. What? If you say what, where, I bet you that they don't have to answer it.
And then she get alimony, she get this, she get that, and guess what she do? She go on and get another man and repeat the same process.
Yep. Women naturally want to suck up a man's resources. Fellas, pay attention, man.
Do you understand me? That is what she do. Now, it goes on and it says, let me see. It says, I would. All right, we read that. I say, therefore, unto the man. All right, we got that part. It's better to marry than to burn. Okay, verse 10. It says, and unto the unmarried I command. Now, notice this. Notice this now. He's now given a command, which is coming from the Lord. Notice what he says. He says, but if, wait, he said, I say, no, where are we at? And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband. Okay, now, let's break this thing down.
Walmart makes holiday cooking
now, he about to get real wicked.
More this year than I did.
But I know I'm going to do part 2 and part 3 to this, but
believe the Bible.
Y'all already know where to go. Y'all already know where to go right here if y'all want to watch the full video. If you want my breakdown, I'm going to break down to you real life situations, but we're going to continue. I want him to finish with Corinthians. But listen.
Depart. We have a lot of women that file for divorce. The Bible says don't depart. Why women ain't following that?
Right. You see, it's so funny because women, and then mind you, women will put on the white dress. They're not virgins. They don't make no sense. Then women will sit there and file for divorce, but you're a woman of God. I believe in God, but you're filing for divorce. But why don't you believe in that? So you don't believe in God. You don't believe in the Bible. Because if you don't believe in what the Bible is saying, I can understand where you don't believe in polygyny. The only reason why you want to get married is because you want the resources that marriage brings. Let's keep going, man. We cutting all the bullshit out today.
Again, when it comes to these scriptures, fam, I'm very thorough. I don't sugarcoat. I don't play any games. I give you the real talk, unfiltered. This is how we're going to deal with this. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband.
Not I, but the Lord. This is the Lord talking, our heavenly Father.
Verse 11, but and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband.
Hear me out. If a woman is divorced, cool. You want a divorce, no problem. But you're not supposed to be with anybody at all. Not sleeping around, nothing. You're supposed to now say, okay, now I'm ready to be with a man again and go back to your husband.
Did you hear me? What the Bible just said. What the Bible just said.
So, fellas, I want you to understand, you with the woman who's not a virgin and she wants monogamy. How? when she's already spreading her body's been everywhere. But let's keep going.
You ladies believe in the Bible, right?
Some of these ladies out here are not qualified to be, and we're breaking this down biblically. This is biblical. This is Bible. Come on, man. I play too much.
I don't think so. Do you really believe in the Bible? Do you? Or do you pick and choose what you want to believe?
Mm-hmm.
Let's break this thing down, because y'all think this is a game, right? Y'all think this is a game? This is Black Male Advice TV. We don't play with these scriptures. We don't play with the Most High. We don't play with the truth. I'm all about the truth. And when it comes to this subject of polygyny, we're going to deal with laws and we're going to deal with truth. I want to know, why are women filing for divorces, leaving their husbands, when the Bible clearly tell you not to do that? Right? Notice it says, and unto the married I command ye, not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband, but if she depart, let her remain unmarried and be reconciled unto her husband. In other words, if you're a woman and you left, right? You separated from your man, the Bible says, okay, cool. You want to leave him? All right, cool. But you are to remain unmarried. No, Lord, I want to go get me a boo.
Oh.
No, Lord, I'm going to go find me a new man. No, that's not what the Bible says. It says, remain unmarried, or how? Go be reconciled to your husband. That's what the Bible says. Right? That's what it says. It says be reconciled to your husband. It didn't say go get another man. See, if we're going to go by the Bible, right, we got to go by the whole book. Do you see the difference between a righteous man and a so-called whoremonger male? A righteous man actually knows the scriptures. A righteous man actually reads. A righteous man is really thorough. He's the kind of guy that can lead a woman. Do you see me? Do you follow me? Right? We just got started. Man, I got a bunch to cover.
Right.
Y'all ain't ready for this, fam. Notice, it tells her to be reconciled to her husband, right? And let not the husband put away his wife. Now notice, he just gave a command to the husband. Let not the husband put away his wife. It goes on in verse 12, it says, but to the rest.
That's why I told you guys, when you have these women who are your women, you can't say, you're not my lady anymore, and then now I'm picking up another one. That is your woman. Ready? And I always tell you guys, isn't it funny how the court tries to play God? Hear me out. Fellas, a lady goes to court, irreconcilable differences. You go to court, Your Honor, I want to file for divorce. Why? Irreconcilable differences. What are they? Can you explain it to me? Why? Why do you need to do that? All right, before you do that, we're going to send you to counseling. Okay, now we're going to send you to pet counseling. You have pets? We're going to send you to counseling for your pets. Now we're going to send you to children's counseling, which is children. And I'm send you family counseling, and then counseling on your own. They're going to string that thing out so long. Why? Because courts, they know a divorced woman, the state is going to have to take care of her if you can't. And you marrying this woman, that is your responsibility for a lifetime. And they're expecting you to take care of this woman for a lifetime. Y'all don't understand. Y'all not paying attention.
Speak I. No, notice this. Now to the rest, he's given his opinion. Paul is given his opinion at this point. He says, but to the rest speak I, not the Lord. Notice he distinguished between the Lord and himself. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away. That's what he said, right? It's very clear.
Not a law.
Let him not put her away, right? And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not. In other words, if you're a woman, you follow the Most High, you keep his laws. The Most High is saying, if you got a man that don't believe in the Most High, this is what he told you to do. And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Now again, Paul is giving you advice. He's not giving you a commandment or a law. It's up to you if you want to follow that. But see, a lot of these preachers, they'll put you in bondage and tell you, well, if the guy don't believe in the Most High, and he's abusing you, you need to stay with him. No, Paul is giving you advice at this
Yep.
point. That's what he's giving you. He is
Yep.
not giving you a commandment. He's telling you.
It's true. It's true. Paul is giving you advice. He's not giving you a commandment. So if a guy is abusing you physically, verbally, mentally, hey, these are real things. It is what it is. But the church will sit there and lie to you and say, "Oh no, don't listen to that part. You're misunderstanding." You see it, you could read. The problem is you don't want to read. You don't want to understand.
If a man is an unbeliever and he's pleased to dwell with you, then you could work with him even way. Now, this is why he's telling you this. This is why. Verse 14, for the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife. Wow. And the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
You ready? So that means I'm a man of God. Any woman that deals with me, they're automatically sanctified because of me. That sounds like something that I'm always talking about. Like, ready? A woman gets with me, she gets everything that I have. The resources, the access, the pull. Everything I have, she has access to it. Huh. Boy, y'all fellas better wake up.
Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. Why? Because if you're a God-fearing woman and you obey the laws, statutes, and commandments, even if your husband or whatever the case is, or the baby daddy was a piece of trash, right? But he dwelt with you and he don't believe in the Most High, your children will be at peace and they won't be cursed because of your lifestyle and conversation. Now, it goes on in verse 15 and it says, but if the unbelieving depart, meaning the husband or the wife, depending on what the situation is, the Bible says, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases. Now, let me break this down. Now. Now, we just finished discussing where the scriptures told the woman that she need to be reconciled to the husband and not dealing with no other guy, stay by herself, and, just stay single forever, right? Okay. Paul is giving advice here, and he's saying, look, if you're a sister and you had a man, you were married, whatever the case is, and he's an unbeliever, and he decides, I'm leaving you. Paul is saying, look, I know what the truth is. I know what the law says, but I'm letting you know this. If the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, which mean if you're a woman and you're married and whatnot, and the guy, now keep in context, because a lot of you ladies may try to use this as an scapegoat to find a new boo.
Right.
So I need to make sure that you're hearing me so that you don't twist the scriptures and try to go run some game, because the Most High gonna throw you in that lake of fire if you think you slick.
Right.
Right? So now he's telling you, if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not held under bondage in such cases, which means if you're a woman and you were married to this guy and he a piece of trash, he left you with the kids and you're alone and he don't believe in the Most High and he left, the scripture says you're not in bondage.
Yep.
You're not in bondage, but God hath called us to peace. Verse 16, for what knoweth thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? Let's go continue and reading more of these particular scriptures. Let's break this thing down. Let's break it down. Verse 17. Let's go. It says, but as God hath distributed to every man, as the Lord hath called every one, so let him walk, and so adorn I in all churches. Verse 18, if any man called being circumcised, let him not become uncircumcised. If any called in uncircumcision, let him not be circumcised. Circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing but the keeping of the commandments of God. Let every man abide in the same calling whereas he was called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. But if thou mayest be free, be made free, use it rather. All these particular scriptures here really isn't what I'm trying to get to. Let me see. Let me read through it real fast because I'm not really trying to go through all of that. We already got through the meat of the message. Pause. Just in case. You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that I say pause because you know these people out here, they be tripping. They be like, he said the meat of the message. Pause. I said, damn.
He's from New York City.
I said pause.
From New York.
Anyway, let's see what's going on here. But if this I say, brethren, the time is short, if it remaineth, that both they that have wives. Whoa. Verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives, be as though they had none. And they that weep as though they wept not. And they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. And they that buy as though they buy not. Last couple of scriptures in there, it says, wait, let me move this to the side real quick. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I got this. Where is this piece here? Hold up, I just moved something else out the way. Okay, move this. Let me move this in over here. We in class tonight, fam. All right, verse 35 says, let me see. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but that which is comely, and that ye may attend unto the Lord without distraction. Verse 36, but if any man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards a virgin.
This is the best time of the year to play World of Tanks.
Play for free and get tons of gifts.
Restore your gums back to a healthier condition in just 7 days with Crest Advanced Gum Restore.
All right.
If she pass the flower of her age and need so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not. Let them marry. Wow. Nevertheless, he that standeth steadfast in his heart, having no necessity, but hath power over his own will, and have so decreed in his heart that he will keep his virgin, doeth well. In other words, you got with that sister, you had sex with her, you do well. She's your wife. So then, he that giveth her in...
See, this is your woman. So now you're supposed to do right by this woman. If a woman gives you her body for the very first time, it's your job to keep it. But let's keep going.
Marriage doeth well. But he that giveth her not in marriage doeth better. The wife, listen to this, fam. Listen to this very carefully. For all you women that are out here getting them divorces, listen to this. The wife is bound by the law. Now we're dealing with law. Sisters want to bring up law. Let's deal with law.
Let's do it.
The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. But if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will, but only in the Lord. Verse 40, but she is happier if she so abide after my judgment, meaning his opinion. And I think also that I have the Spirit of God. So a woman that is bound, a woman that is pretty much married, let's say you're a married woman, you got married, boom, 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 boom. You got a divorce. But you out here trying to get a new boo. The Bible is basically saying that you are bound to your husband as long as you live. Do you understand that? As long as you live. And the only way you could get remarried is if your husband be dead. How many women are actually practicing that scripture?
Hold on, hear me out. I know women that I've spoken to that were married. Their husband's still alive. And I say their husband because even though they're divorced, that's your husband. That's your husband. You're not supposed to go get remarried to anybody else. I knew a woman that was married. The husband died. Cool. She went on and did the right thing and went and got married to somebody else. Cool. But even now, I heard that she went and got married, but her husband is still alive. You're supposed to go back to him. But y'all don't want to hear that, though. But y'all believing in God. Come on, man. Stop the madness.
Are you practicing that, sisters? I don't think so. You're out here trying to get another boo. See, you can only get married if that man is dead. But how many women are doing that? They're not doing that. So when we really think about it, when I talk about polygyny and women say, well, I don't believe in that. I ain't sharing no man. The Bible is against this. Well, the Bible is against that. Are you doing that?
Right. You see what I'm saying? Your argument will fall apart by the seams. Y'all saying the Bible is against that, but the Bible is against you getting remarried and divorced. Your husband's still alive. Are you practicing that? But I know already, Kim Kardashian, she got married like 26,000 times. J-Lo, 80, well, she didn't get married, she got engaged. But y'all chicks are getting remarried and married and remarried and...
Crickets. That's all I hear. I'm just hearing crickets all day. Okay. We came out of the book of 1 Corinthians, right? So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of these particular scriptures. Now, you know what? I'm going to leave them right there. I'm going to leave them right there. I'm going to work my way up because I have a couple of scriptures that I got to go through. We're going to go to the book of Exodus.
Now, we're going to stop right here and continue on to part 2. Y'all already know what time it is. I appreciate you guys tuning in. It gets deeper and deeper. Y'all already know Ringo TV. Go show that man some love. I give him his flowers. Did a great job. I'm your host, Michael May. Until next time, this is the Hear Me Out podcast, and we out.